No one back home will ever believe this.
I had no wish to lose Will, but my, it would have been nice to flush her into the colony's flesh pit. I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. He's protected by his steel watch for now. And Orin will have her own defenses, should we choose to play the part of Gortash's bloodhounds. We cannot expect either of the Chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of.
Miss Zora, I take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to.
At least things have stayed interesting.
This Mizora is quite pleased with herself, for one who stinks of the hells. Evil and rotten eggs. Both putrid beneath their pretty shells, and both offend Boo's innards.
Is there something you want to talk about, Mike?
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or worse still, it will cost us. I hope we can afford it. I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. He clearly sees something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mizora to Will.
A devil of a proposal. By the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Torril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. I can already feel her tightening the leash. This might be my last chance to escape it.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness. Your father is dead, Will. The dead three have claimed their prize.
Dead. God's damn wretches.
Still yourself, pup. Not every death is forever. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I raise your father from the dead, and you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father remains dead, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch. Do it then. Claim my soul for Zariel. Bring my father back.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beatur.
Your mind connects to the Grand Duke's. He's still infected, but his parasite is weak, shielded from the Absolute by the astral prism.
What's happened? Will? Is that you?
It's me, Father. It's all right. You're safe here.
A promise made, a promise kept. I'll let you two catch up. I'm sure you've got plenty to talk about. You know, I think I'll stick around. Watch this play out. I could use the entertainment.
Circled by devils and their dangling temptations. And still, Will Ravengard chose their righteous path. Will shall not suffer beneath the devil's yoke for long. Mizora thinks herself protected by her paper. But Boo needs no scraps for his bedding. An infernal contract. Sounds nice and cozy, does it not?
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
That preening vulture seems intent on haunting our camp. I suppose we shall find out if her kind sleep. And how heavily. Will is a good man. And that is exactly what his devil will use to bind him. In as many ways as she knows how. A man might twist himself into something else just to escape that collar. But I have no such fears for the blade.
Will sacrificed a great deal for his family. The pact may stand, but the strength of his character is clear.
Will gave up freedom to save his father. I will never understand people like that.
It can't have been easy for Will to resign himself to the pact. But I'm glad he chose his father.
This city has one too many self-righteous Raven Guards. I would have preferred Will cut his family ties.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. Will's father owes him gratitude. I hope for his sake Ravengard is gracious enough to offer it, given how much it cost.
Tadpole resonates with Ravengard. The exhausted Grand Duke is a flurry of emotion. Gratitude and relief. Anger and deep pain.
Will. It can't be. By Baldur's graces, have you fallen so far that Avernus has taken you? My son, a monster. Twisted beyond recognition. To think my blood flows through those veins. Is this my fate? To rise from death into a hell of my own boy's making?
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city, to chase the she-devil and her power. She stinks up the place even now. It is exactly what I think.
Ravengard's tadpole clenches as your memories and wills flow into him.
My tears wounds. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Will's face as an impossible choice is set before him.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Will's thoughts are laid bare. Ravengard sees Will partnering with Mizora to defeat Tiamat's cultists before they could lay siege to Baldur's Gate, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey, the perilous path to Moonrise, the astral prism, and the Emperor within.
Will.
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
I do. And I should. My son. You sold your soul to save Baldur's Gate, and I cast you out for it. You gave yourself to the Hell's eternal fires so I might walk free. By the gods. Can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. You wanted to protect the city. I only ever wanted the same.
You are a better man than most, and a better son than I deserve. I'll yet make amends, but my duty is first and foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must ask of you. Before I was captured, I was on a mission. Returning from Elturel, I discovered the plans of the Absolutists. I immediately realized the city couldn't defend itself against such an army. I didn't despair, because the city has a secret guardian, a worm that sleeps beneath. He can be called upon in times of great need. This is such a time. You've been trained in the ways of the great champions and proven to be one of them. The worm will answer your call. You must seek him out.
Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I remember them well. You made me recite them every morning.
So you do. And I thought you'd abandoned them. More fool me. The worm goes by many names. Ansur, the waiting storm, the heart of the gate. He promised Baldur he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened. But just the once. Since then, the city has faced countless threats, but we always overcame. There was never a need to call on the worm. Until now. The Absolute is the greatest threat Baldur's Gate ever faced. The worm must be awakened, and the task falls to you. Take this. The legend of Ansur. An ancient epic. Ill-remembered. Dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you. The legend has it that Ansur will only answer to a proven hero of the city. Until a moment ago, I thought that was me. But is he who rejects his own child a hero? What of he who calls his brave son a monster? You showed me the truth. You showed me that I was the one who turned his back. You showed me that Will may be the future of Baldur's Gate, and well beyond it. A great warrior knows when to contain the storm and when to release it. Today you've earned my trust. I know you will do right by me when the time comes. May the city know the truth of my only son. Pride of Ravengard. Pride of Baldur's Gate.
Let's talk. It's complicated. There's the joy of reconciliation, the relief of forgiveness, and the anxiety of new expectation. It's a flurry of emotion. I'm not sure how to make sense of it. Joy. To my father, I was only ever a boy. Incredible that he can see the man I became. Once all this is ended, once we've crushed the brain and freed the people, I could once more call Baldur's Gate home. Whether I return there, well, only time will tell.
Absolute's voice is gone, but I still hear its echoes. Reflections of reflections. Hell's Floric. While the Absolute commanded my mind, I condemned her to death and confined her in Worm's Rock prison. She stood by me even as the Hell's fires lapped at my feet. You must free her. Tremendous news. She proves as loyal to you as she is to me. I couldn't bear it if she died by my command. May the Triad guide her steps. I was returning from Elturel. My traveling party stopped at an inn, Joaquin's Rest, to lay our heads. It wasn't the heat that woke me. It was the scent. Cultists had set fire to the place. I don't remember being taken. Just the smoke burning my throat before I fell. I awoke in Moonrise Towers, inside one of those damnable pods. The rest, well, the rest goes without saying. A complicated one. I went to greet Elturel's High Overseer, only for the Archdevil Zariel to drag the city into the Hells. I've been touched by Avernus, been a plaything for demons. A tale for other places, other days.
Such a touching reunion. It's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Is it a shame, though? Is a single soul not worth the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke? Imagine the battles he's still to lead once you've flattened the Absolute. Goodness me, for all that, a lone soul is a bargain.